What's up, Divine Tribe? It's your girl, Ocean Messenger, here with another message from the waves. I apologize, I'm a little bit late on here today, but I am recovering from some heavy spiritual attacks, I would say. So, I wanted to hop on here anyway, because sometimes you just gotta push and push yourself to keep going amidst what's swirling around you. So, topic of the day, something that keeps coming up in my very, very smart brain of mine, is the word witch. And I've discussed and talked about it a little bit before, but I'm going to recircle back to it since the word has been taken out of context over the centuries. The term was originally gendered and not negative, likely related to the root word wit, meaning wise. Over time, particularly during the European witch hunts, the term became a pejorative label for someone accused of practicing evil magic. And that's what we are seeing more of today, is another round of a witch hunt for those of us that have spiritual talents and inheritances that have been given to us by our ancient ancestors and ultimately by the Most High. And so a lot of us wise, aka, as they say, witches, are seen to dabble in the dark forces of witchcraft. And for most of us divine collective, we don't practice any kind of spells or do any kind of we don't do anything that involves evil and darkness. Now, we do deal with the darkness when it comes to being able to communicate with the underrealm, some of us, but as far as doing spell work, as far as spelling and talking over people's lives, as far as doing graveyard magic, as far as doing, to put it lightly, just doing vein magic. We don't do that. So I kind of wanted to briefly and quickly go over some types of witches and their elements, their traditions, and how they use their energy. There are common types which include the green witch, which is deeply connected to nature, focuses on herbs, plants, flowers, and gardening. There's the kitchen or hearth witch. They focus on home-centric magic, utilizing cooking, herbs, and household items to create protection and harmony. You have the hedge witch, operates in the liminal space or the spirit realm, often acting as a medium or healer, working between this world and the next. Like I said, some of us are connected with this world, past worlds, and the next world. You have your cosmic astral witch, uses celestial energies, astrology, and planetary bodies in their practice. You have the eclectic witch, does not adhere to one tradition, but instead pulls from various cultures, beliefs, and systems, creating a personalized practice. I'm going to come back to that eclectic witch here in a second. You have the elemental witch, who works with the four elements, earth, air, fire, and water, or draws energy from them. A lot of us are elemental witches, and that's why a lot of these practitioners, dark practitioners, can't take us out with elements, fire, wind, water, air, because we're made up of all of that. So then you also have the sea witch, us mermaids, draws energy from the ocean, storms, and sea life, often using shells, sand, and seawater in rituals. You have the traditional witch, focuses on historical, folklore-based, and old world approaches to witchcraft. You have the hereditary witch, born into a family that passes down the practices and traditions of witchcraft. A lot of us are hereditary witches. Solitary witch practices alone rather than in a coven or group. A lot of us are solitary as well. Ceremonial or ritual witch, focused on structured rituals and ceremonial magic. For those of us that do, it is in the light form. We do not do human sacrifices or anything like that. That would be the vain dark magic that the word witch has been derived from in today's current time. And I'm happy to say now that those of us who have been sought after and have been hunted, it's now time for these dark practitioner witches to be hunted. Ashale. Next, you have the Grey Witch, operates in a middle ground, practicing magic that is not strictly white or black. So, in the between of the worlds. So I wanted to go back to Eclectic Witch. Does not adhere to one tradition, but instead pulls from various cultures, beliefs, and systems, creating a personalized practice. I find it really funny how a lot of people out there who like to point the finger and say a lot of us divine chosen beings are dark witches. It's funny to me that they can accept other cultures and other beliefs and other systems and follow other grids when it comes to practices such as, let's just say, religious beliefs. You have Mormon, you have Seventh-day Adventist, you have Catholic, you have so on and so on, correct? And it seems like even if you are pertain to one of those religious covens or cults, most of the time you don't have, well, I'll say for you karmics out there in that vicious religious world, you don't have a problem with knowing that there's differences within the religions, correct? Catholic, Buddhism, Mormon, Seventh-day Adventist, like I said, so on and so forth. But when it comes down to the spirituality of those who are divinely connected and who are connected to the past, the current, and the future, it's hard for a lot of y'all religious ones out there to understand the spiritual side of some people. Some people are not religious, they are spiritual. They have a connection to the source, the Most High. When you are reading about Adam and Eve in your Bibles, you're not literally reading about people. You're reading about the atom and evolution. And a lot of things in the Bible are taken out of context and they're not seen in a spiritual way to open the eyes of the blind at this time. And so there's a lot of judgment going on as far as who's a dark witch and who's a light witch. And since a lot of us are continuing to be called witches, I thought that I would put my voice out here and try to help decipher the good from the bad. Most of us in the Divine Collective, we are spiritual healers, and we use a lot of things that we have picked up along our journeys. A lot of us grew up in religious backgrounds, and so a lot of us, we took some of those religious practices and beliefs, and we held on to the good parts of those, but we were able to be unveiled as far as the cover up of the true form of spirituality within religion, I would say. And so a lot of us, we do pull from various cultures, beliefs, systems, and we create our own personalized practice. And so for me, I know I am definitely doing that for myself. I'm pulling from ancient ancestral knowledge. I'm pulling from knowledge that I have learned here while having a human experience. And also on that note, there is a wide range and variety of peoples. Some of us are not all the way in human form. Some of us are known as ETs, extraterrestrials. We're half from here and we're half from different realms. And so there's a strong sense of duality within us. And because of that, people want to see us, I guess they see a lot of us are very private, and so they see us in our privacy, and one, they want to be nosy and try to dig up and stir up beliefs into others as pertains to who they think that we are. And at the end of the day, a lot of these karmics out here, they don't even know who they are, and a lot of them have been born and lived and experienced religious cultures and backgrounds from covens and cults. And so, like I said, they still have the veil over their eyes, and they, because they misunderstand, it seems like they are afraid of the unknown. For a lot of us that have been going through our awakening, or if you're newly in your awakening, continue to explore. Continue to explore where you come from. Continue to gain knowledge as far as your mastery in your own witchcraft, I would say, as far as being a white witch, a green witch, a herb witch, a healer in all aspects. Open your mind to new horizons and to new experiences, I would say. There's not one way to do a plethora of things. And with the system right now and in the matrix, everybody, well, the hierarchy and the higher ups, the so-called higher ups, those that see themselves in power but really have none, they want to betray us light workers, as if we're malicious and we're evil and vainful. And like I said, there's now a new cycle of a witch hunt going on where they are trying to take the divine collective out. At the end of the day, they can't do that. We have too many supernatural powers within us to do that. Unfortunately, also, they thought that, coming up against us light workers, that they were gonna just treat us like any old other buddy, or get away with trying to abuse us and ultimately taking us out. And because a lot of us, like I said, we've gone through our awakening, we are now able to cast out and stomp and crush snakes with our feet. We are now able to have a connection and open communication with the spiritual realms in order to combat the tactics that are being sent our way. But ultimately, in a broad aspect, you guys, I just wanted to I want everybody to explore the horizons within spirituality, to get a deeper, more broadened grasp of not only spirituality, but those with spiritual gifts. As you can see, my upstairs neighbor is trying to be a distraction right now, so that's fine. That's just fine with me. Anywho, get back to what I was saying. It's very important for both sides to explore their spirituality and to explore the spirituality and personas of others around them, because we're not all alike and we're not all supposed to be alike. We're all supposed to be different because we are all different moving body parts for the Most High. We are the body of Christ. So I encourage you, especially for those of you who are now just becoming awakened to the things that are going on in this crazy world of ours, just keep going. Don't let the haters and mockers try to get you down. It is okay to envelop and develop your uniqueness and to be that witch that they say that you are, and also that you are not. Like I said, we don't dibble dabble into the devil's tactics when it comes to that. And for those who are attacking us and who do want to round us up and burn us at the stakes, just know that that one's not going to happen. And two, just because you don't understand fully the traditions and the inherited spiritual legacies that some of us has or have, doesn't give you any right to try and come up against us in such a revengeful way. Just because a lot of you karmics out there, you religious karmics out there, don't want true spirituality to be televised, to be broadcasted, to be put on spotlight, and to be in the forefront, It doesn't give you guys a right to try and shame, to slander, to gaslight, to stalk, to harass, or to commit hate crimes on us. Because at the end of the day, all of that's just going to get reversed right back to you guys. And I hope that you guys understand that, because this is not a game. And in this current day and age, and in the prophecies that are being fulfilled in the current, it's going to be exposed what true religion really is, what true spirituality really is, what true connectionship with the Most High really is. And so that's what everyone is seeing at this time. Whether you're on the evil side or you're on the good side, whether you've taken the blue pill or you've taken the red pill, it doesn't matter. Everything is going to be exposed. So just know that. And for Divine Tribe, I encourage you just to keep going, to keep your heads up, to keep your crowns adjusted, know who and whom's you are, and don't allow anybody to tell you who you are when they, at the end of the day, don't even know who they are, where they come from, or what their true purpose is here in this lifetime. Ashel, I'm going to pull a few cards of encouragement, as I always do. I'm not really going to tap into tarot today. Again, I'm taking a little break from it for a few days, but I still do want to give encouragement and to send you on your day with some positivity in the midst of a lot of negative being thrown. Ashel. So, as usual, I will take whatever falls out. Got 4 for foundation, stability. And I will pull some numbers after. First card, make sure you don't start seeing yourself through the eyes of those who don't value. You need to know your worth even when others don't. You are not what people think of you. Just what I said. The only one who knows who we really are is the Most High. Our ancestors, who are very, very proud of us for finishing the mission that they didn't get to finish, and that are still communicating with us, whether it be through the flickering lights, whether it be through our appliances, through our electronics, through nature, or through elements. They are communicating through us so that we can see this mission through, you guys. So don't allow these karmic energies out here to be the projection, okay? Don't allow them to project who they are onto you as well. Like I said, there is a balance and there is a light and dark of everything. And for us light workers, us light witches out there, we're going to continue to shine, and we're going to continue to shine the light on these dark witches who have been practicing dark witchcraft and being dark warlocks as well. Ashel. Next card. Whenever you talk to us, it never goes unheard. We hear every single word. This is your confirmation that we are assisting you, guiding you, and ensuring your wishes finally come to fruition. Be patient. Everything will come together for you. Confirmation. And as you see, everywhere I go, so are my ancestors. A couple days ago, I noticed that my feather emoji, it got flipped the opposite way. I like to use my feather and my wing emoji, and it makes a V for victory. And they know that, so they they changed the emoji. They flipped it, and that's just fine with me as well, because either way, my ancestors are there. Asheo, and so are y'all's. Third card. Don't allow negative emotions to fester. If you are feeling frustrated, angry, or hurt, for example, just acknowledge that. Instead of fighting your feelings, go with them and work with them. Then true healing can really begin. Yeah, I didn't let the little feather emoji get to me. As like I said, it's just fine with me. It's just an emoji. And don't let the little stuff trip you up and become a big thing for you guys, because a lot of these karmic energies, they want us to miss out on our opportunities, and they want to destiny swap seats with us. So don't lose your seat and don't lose your position. Your ancestors are there for you. The Most High is there for you. So don't allow yourself to be frustrated. Continue to go with the ebb and flow as you grow. Fourth card, you are not moving too slowly. Drop the self-induced pressure. You are at the sweet spot between taking care of yourself and still making advancements on your goals. On this path, there is no such thing as being behind. Smile, breathe, carry on. And I will say that as well. A lot of, for us that are on here on these platforms that are newly beginning out and starting out, there's a balance between getting on here every day, knowing when to take a rest and knowing when to go full force. And a lot of these karmic energies out here that do see us now, they either want us to go hambroski, where we're wearing ourselves out here every single day, and then on the flip side, if we're not on here, they think that their little power force and their power source and their little evil dark magic is paid off and it's worked, if we miss a day or two. But no, that's not it. And even if we do miss a day or two, like I've said before, they don't know what we do behind the scenes, and in the presence of the Most High, and how the presence of the Most High works with us, and how our ancestors work with us. So if you guys are pushing too hard on here, allow yourself to take a break and balance yourselves out. And just know that this is not a rat race. Everything is divinely timed. Everything is divinely aligned. And so don't allow anybody around you to fester any thoughts up, as far as your work ethic, or as far as your healing process, because they would like to try and tug and pull on that as well, as far as how you're supposed to heal and what you're supposed to be doing. And no, that's not up for them to decide or to decipher or carry out. So I will leave that with you for today as well. I'm going to go ahead and drop some numbers. You can flip-flop them however you want to. They could be signs, synchronicities, they can be birth dates, they can be spiritual numbers, and they can be just little hints and clues to guide you along your way. Asha? Okay. Ooh. Off that, I'm going to leave that how it is, actually. Well, we got 14, 41, 81, or 18. If we go the other ways, we got 42, 24. We got, I already said 14, 41. We've got 12, 21. On the other side, you've also got 12, 21. And 82, 28, and you can scrabble those as much as you want to. For me, I'm gonna go ahead and call out the number that I see on here, because that's mostly where my attacks are coming from. I see 8412281, and a specific family knows exactly where that home base number comes from. So guys, I will leave you with that. Continue to stand in your shine while you grind, and continue to allow the Most High to work through you as you continue to go, flow, and grow. Also continue to have some umption, some umph in your function, and also don't only stand up for those of you who are communicating, standing up for yourselves and standing up for the injustices that are going on in this world. Don't just stand up for yourself. Allow yourself to stand up for somebody who hasn't found their voice or their strength quite yet, or is in a vulnerability state. Those that are vulnerable would be the elderly, and of course our babies, and also those with disabilities who can't protect themselves. Continue to speak up for the innocent, you guys. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one.